and welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to talk about, can I eat carbs and lose weight? Okay, so I know for a lot of us that have struggled with their weight, carbohydrates can be like the enemy, or so we thought. And so today I'm going to talk to you about my opinion, my belief, my experience, because my opinion and my belief are backed up by research that I've done, as well as like the real world results. Because at the end of the day, I feel like that is our best research. If all the scientists tell us one thing, but then we go try to prove the scientists right or wrong, and that doesn't work, you see? So I have my personal experience plus the experience of my clients, and then science to back that up. So in my mind, that's like truth, because you have the real life results, and then you have this what the scientists say, and it agrees. And so anyway, let's go ahead and talk about, can I eat carbs and lose weight? So my short answer to that is yes. Yes, capital Y, capital E, capital yes with an exclamation point, yes. So I personally believe that the best weight loss plan is a well-balanced diet. A well-balanced diet. And every single foods, so we're going to get into, we're not going to get deep in a science lesson, but I want to go into a little bit. So all food is energy, okay? So we eat food to give our body energy. And the way we gain weight is we need a certain amount of energy to function. Depending on how active you are, we need more energy. But when you give your body too much energy, AKA food, when you're eating more energy and your body's only using, you give your body this much energy, you're only burning this much, that excess energy gets stored as fat. Does that make sense? Well, all food, energy, has three different components. It has carbohydrates, it has fats, and it has proteins. Those are what we call macronutrients that are in food. Now, if you're trying to lose weight and you don't get any of that, that's okay. Because you know what? I was trying to lose weight and I didn't even know what a macronutrient was. I was almost all the way into my 160 pounds. I think I had 40 pounds left to go of the 160 that I lost until I knew what a macro was. I had heard it, but you know, like, I don't know, I thought it was an ingredient. I had no idea what a macro was. So if you don't know what a macro was, don't feel stupid. You're in very good company. So I personally believe in a well-balanced diet. That's why a lot of people will ask me, Carmen, what do you think about keto? I don't like it. I don't like anything that cuts out complete food groups, because I do believe that we need them all in the right balance. Okay. So, and I'm going to talk about what that balance is, how many carbs I try to eat per day, what the percentages are, and all of that. But before we get into that, carbs are your main source of energy, okay? Carbs and fats, but carbs are your main source of energy. So if you are cutting out carbs, a lot of times, one of the repercussions of cutting out carbs is lack of energy. Now, when you do something like carb cycling, on your low carb days, you have more fats, and that's why keto tries to, be a high fat, low carb diet, because it tries to, make up for what you're not eating in carbs and fat to be spiking your energy. That's great short term, okay? All right. Carbs also help to fuel your brain, kidneys, heart muscles, and your central nervous system. Fiber is in carbohydrates. Fiber helps fill you up. It helps fill your belly up. It also helps you go number 2 in the potty. It helps keep you regular. It helps keep your blood cholesterol levels in check. I have my little checklist here because, you start talking about the central nervous system and the blood cholesterol levels, all those terms. I don't want to mess up the terms and have somebody medically inclined be like, Carmen, you totally said that wrong. That's okay. If I say it wrong, it's okay. I'm not a doctor. I have a degree in the real life weight loss stuff. What is it called? A degree from the streets. I heard somebody the other day. They're like, I'm not a professor of law, but I have a degree in the streets. I'm like, there you go. All right. So carbohydrates also keep your memory sharp. So there was a study done, and what they had women that were trying to lose weight, and they had women eating on a low carb diet, and then they had women eating on a low calorie diet. So here's the difference. One was eating on a low carb diet. One was eating on a low calorie diet. The women that were eating on a low carb diet for a week, they were actually told to completely eliminate carbohydrates from their diet. They did worse on their tests of their working memory. So your working memory is like, why did I just walk into this room? What was I coming in here to get? Why did I open the refrigerator? What was I looking for? That is your working memory. And the other part of their memory, they remembering locations on a map, remembering what you saw inside of a purse, all of that. They also did worse than the women who followed a low calorie diet. So two different groups of women, low calorie, low carb. The ones that were eating low carb did much worse with all the memory testing than the ones that don't. One of these side effects of a low carb diet can be, memory and stuff like that. So at the end of the day, what really matters when it comes to weight loss is calories in and calories out. You have got to be in a calorie deficit if you want to lose weight. Okay, let me explain it to you like this. Let's just say you burn, we'll make it an even number, 2,000 calories a day. Okay, that's how much you burn. You work out, you're an active mom, have an active job, and you're burning 2,000 calories a day. And you're eating 1,600 calories a day, 1,500 calories a day. That means you have an excess of 500 calories. You have to be in a deficit of 3,500 to lose 1 pound. So it would take you about 7 days to lose a pound. Okay? That's how it comes to that. That's how it works with being in a calorie deficit. So at the end of the day, it doesn't matter whether you're doing keto or whatever, you have to be in a calorie deficit to lose weight. You can still be doing keto, but eating too much and not lose the weight. At the end of the day, no matter what diet you look at, no matter how you slice it, even keto has you in a calorie deficit to be able to lose weight. And listen, it's not that I have anything against keto, but it goes against everything that I stand for when it comes to weight loss. What I'm an advocate of is weight loss that is maintainable and sustainable. And if it's not maintainable and sustainable, then I don't want it. The last thing I want, because I spent a decade doing this, is another fad diet that is going to give me some results. And then as soon as I stop doing it, I'm going to go gain it all back. It's not going to be sustainable or maintainable. And so balance is sustainable. Eating carbs in balance, I can do that. I can totally do that. All right. So of course there's good carbs versus bad carbs. You can do your research on that. There's good carbohydrates. There's bad carbohydrates. When I say good carbohydrates, like sweet potatoes, whole wheat bread, bad carbohydrates, an elephant ear at the fair, a funnel cake, a box of hot Krispy Kreme donuts, Pop-Tarts, Eggo waffles. Are you catching the picture? One is good, all of your vegetables, because anyway, one is good carbs, one is bad carbs. So yes, try to make better choices with carbs. But at the end of the day, you can't eat carbohydrates and lose weight. Listen, I have never cut out carbohydrates to lose 160 pounds that I lost. I've always ate a balanced diet. I lost my first 100 pounds in my first 202 days. I lost 161 pounds in 13 months. Eating carbs every single day. And so here's the percentage of carbs that I shoot for depending on what kind of weight loss I'm looking for if I'm trying to lose weight. So if I just want medium weight loss, I want to lose 1 to 1.5 pounds a week, then I'm going to make sure that my diet is 50% carbs. Now that's not 50% bread, 50% potatoes, because a lot of foods have carbs in them. Vegetables have carbohydrates in them. And so I'll tell you how to figure that out in just a moment. If I'm looking to lose maximum weight, which would be 2 to 2.5 pounds, 3 pounds a week, depending on how much you weigh, then my diet would be 40% carbohydrates. Okay? So 50% for medium weight loss, medium fat loss, 40% for maximum fat loss. And the way I track this is I use the free app called MyFitnessPal. And I basically enter in what I'm eating, and it'll at the end of the day, it'll show me a pie chart. And it'll show me how much of my food, how much of that percentage was fat, how much was protein, and how much was carbohydrates. And it's kind of like playing Tetris, because you can take foods in, punch foods out, 4 ounces of chicken, 6 ounces of chicken, this much. And once you get the hang of it, once you kind of know, like I know what to eat to hit my 40%. I know what to eat to hit my 50%. Does that make sense? But in the very beginning, if you have no idea and you want to start learning how to track your macros, if that intrigues you, then I think everybody should do it for a short season. But at the end of the day, the simple answer is, can you eat carbohydrates and still lose weight? The answer is yes. Carbohydrates are not the enemy. If you eat them in the proper quantities, they give you lots of energy. They help keep your brain, your memory sharp, and your cholesterol levels, your nervous system. They help your brain, kidneys, and hearts. They help fuel them. So your brain's going to be quicker and sharper. You're going to have less brain fog and all of those things. So anyway, let me know if in the comments, are you somebody who used to believe that carbohydrates were bad? That was me. I used to totally believe that I was heavier because I ate too many carbs. And now on a normal week, 50% of my diet is carbohydrates. It's pretty crazy. Unless I'm trying to lose weight or kick off some fat really fast for something, then I drop it down to 40. So before you leave, make sure to smash that like button, the thumbs up button. Give this video a thumbs up. Before you leave, I'd love to invite you to subscribe to the channel, join our growing community, ring that notification bell so you don't miss any of our tips, tricks, success tips, and recipes here on the channel. So thank you so much for watching, and we will see you on the next one.